Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Myself Abdulaziz and my roll number is 1113. The topic of my presentation is super global variables of PHP. In the beginning, I will discuss about these global variables that included in the latest PHP libraries. Then we will go for practical demonstration of discussed variables that are written here. Okay, let's go to the slides. So as discussed in the introduction video, I will briefly explain and demonstrate the super global variables of PHP, and I will try my level best to discuss every related topic here. So without any further delay, let's get to start the presentation. So what are super global variables? Some predefined variables in PHP are called super global variables, which mean they are always accessible regardless of any scope. We can access them from any function, class, or file without having to do anything special. Regardless of any special scope, there are some global variables that are being widely used for development in PHP. So here there are some. So first one is global, second one is server, third one request, post, get, files, environment, cookie, and session. Every variable have different functionality. Some can store data, some can for security purposes, some used for maintaining history, and etc. Every variable have different functionality. In the later on presentation, I will thoroughly explain and demonstrate the all variables. So what is global? This is a variable, super global variable. Global is a PHP variable which is used to access global variables from anywhere in the PHP script. Also from the within function or method, PHP stores all global variables in an array called globals. Let me show you by a laser pointer. That's the index holds the name of the variable. This is the index we can use. This is a kind of syntax written here. A variable is used when we have to use a variable globally in respect of any kind of scope related limitations. Here is the syntax of using global variables. Let's go for the practical demonstration. So here is the practical demonstration of using globals variable. So let's start. First we write PHP starting and ending tag. In the beginning we initialize a variable name is equal to my name, which is Abdul Aziz, and then we go for roll number, which is 1113. So in order to explain the super global variable, we have to initialize a function as display, sorry about that, display, and echo uh, my name is dot roll, or then we can write as my roll is roll number is dot, sorry about that, here we have to write the name variable, and here is their roll number with dollar sign. So if we call this function, we have to display this is my name is Abdulaziz and my roll number is 1113. But what are we getting in the output stream? That undefined variable name and undefined variable roll number. So in order to configure this error, we have to use the global variable because these variables are globally initialized, not in the function scope. So in order to display the data correctly, we have to write globals square bracket and the name of the variable in the square bracket. Same here, globals, and we have to write their role. So let's check the output stream. So here you can write, sorry, we can differentiate by writing a carriage return as br here. So as you can see that the error has gone and the variables data are showing correctly by writing the globals variable here. Here is some server variable used with reference to the server information in PHP according to the parameter used. Server is a PHP super global variable which hold information about headers, path and script locations. These are some server scripts used to display the information about the server. PHP self returns the file name of the current executing script. The gateway interface will return the common gateway interface or a CGI the server is using, and a server ADDR returns the IP address of the host server. And exactly the many other variables are used for the server scripting and showing the details of server. So let's go to the practical demonstration in the PHP. So if we want to display the server information, we need to use the server variable as PHP self. This argument will show the path name of the PHP file that are being used. Then we have some other variables. Let's check the all the variables one by one. That let me write the carriage return here. Echo. Sorry about that. Echo server. And if we want to write the server name on the display stream, then we have to pass the argument of server name in the PHP function. As server we are using is the local host, so here here the return the server name. Again using by carriage return, making the display able to see correctly. Now we have another variable server. If we want to write or display the HTTP host name, then we use the server HTTP host variable name, as it is also the local host we are using. So here is the displayed local host. Again by using carriage return. Request variable instead of using post and get request is also used for collecting form data. PHP request is a PHP super global variable which is used to collect data after submitting an HTML form. The syntax of this variable is written below, that we have to write the request and then in the square brackets we have to give the index in the single quotation as a name of input tag. So let's go for the practical demonstration. Let's go for a demonstration of request variable. So in order to demonstrate it, we have to make a form first. Form with the method of post, and action will be equal to PHP equals server, and we will write the server PHP self. here, and by disclosing the PHP tag, we will make sure that the form tag is complete. So we have to write an input tag here. Name will be equal to input type text. Sorry, we have to write it in small letters. Text, and name will be f name. So after this we have to make a submit button that will submit the form and do the required action. So submit button can be placed as, so our form is completed, and now we have to write the PHP portion. So let's go to write it. PHP server, if server request, sorry, we have to write it in double quotations, request method, which will be, if this is equal to the post action, then what happen, the name will be equal to the request. And in the request parameter we have to write the name of the function here. That name we have given in the input tag, so the tag will be as f name. So afterward, if the name, we can write it right here. First we have to make a validation here. If empty, if f name is empty, then echo nothing is input, but if something is inserted in it, then echo the name here. So as the coding portion is completed, let's check what happened here. So here we have to write my name Abdul Aziz and submit it. We can see that here we got the name that we have expressed in the by using the request method. This is the post variable. It is a super global variable which is used to collect the form data after submitting an HTML form with method post. Post is also used widely to pass variable. In the post method, data is more restricted and secure in comparison with get method. So let's go to the practical demonstration of post variable. So for the post method, we are using the same code here. As you can see that same code will be written here, and we have just to change the post on the where we have written the request method. So after the changing the post, we will get the answer here. So as Abdul, I will type my name and submit it, and I will get my name here. So it is similar to the that code, so I reuse the same code here. This is the get method. It is a super global variable method which is used to collect the form data for after submitting the HTML form with method get. Get can also collect data sent in the URL. Data can be shown on URL. Assume we have an HTML page that contain a hyperlink with parameters. When a user click on the parameter, he will get the required information after the at the URL. As you can see, after the question mark, this is the get method name, and here the information has to be passed with the get method. When a user click on the test get, their parameter subject and web are sent to the test get.php, and you can access them their values in the test get with the get method. So let's go for the practical demonstration. So for using the get method, I have to change a little bit the previous code. I have to make a change here in the method where I have to write the get, And same as here, I have to write here again the get for get parameter, and here I have already written the get f name, so it will be get information in the get inclusion. So write Abdulaziz here, and you can see that this name also written here. F name is equal to Abdulaziz, and this name is shown displaying here. Here is the files variable. A PHP script can be used with HTML form to allow user to upload files to the server. Initially, files are uploaded into a temporary directory in the PHP and then reallocated to a targeted destination by a PHP script. Actually, the process of uploading are a little more complex. A process of uploading a file follows some steps. First, the user open the page containing an HTML form featuring a text file, a browser button, and a submit button. Then it goes to click the browser button and select the file to upload from the local PC. The full path to the selected file will appear in the text field. Then the user click the submit button. After it, the selected file is sent to the temporary file directory, and then the PHP script was specified as the form handler in the form's action attribute who that checks that the file has arrived and then copy the file into an directory. So let's go for the files variables. So let's discuss it. I have written down the code previously because of some time shortage. So first of all, we have to make a form in it, and the method of this form will be post. And this is one of the major attribute that have to be given in the form tag, that int type is equal to multi-part form data. Without this, the data cannot be handled as to save in the local files. So after it, make a input type file with the name of f1, and input type submit is equal to and make a input type submit with the name of submit1. Then go to the PHP tab and check if this button submit one will be pressed. Then what happened? Uh, dollar f name will be equal to the, yeah, this variable I am using for saving the file details. It will save the f1 detail. If f1 as the name, it will, and save its detail in it, and we have saved the destination part as in this image. As you can see, I have made a folder in it in the name of images here. So yeah, our data will be stored here. So when we and this move uploaded file is a built-in PHP function to save the any file in the local storage. So we have to pass these arguments. As first argument will be the file name, and the second argument will be the destination to where it has to be stored. So let's check how it's work. uh, let's make some kind of storage. uh, Choose file. As we are going to this, I am going to change this open and submit it. As you can see here, this image has is saved. So how it's work? This is how it's work. So it is environment variable. These environment variables are imported into PHP global namespace from the environment under which the PHP parser is running. Many are provided by the shell under which PHP is running, and different systems are likely running different kinds of shells. A definitive list is possible. An associative array of variable passed to the current script via environment method. Here is a syntax for using the environment variable. This is a cookies variable. A cookie is often used to identify a user. A user is a small file that the server embeds on the a user computer. Each time the same computer requests a page with a browser, it will send cookie with PHP. You can both create and retrieve cookie values. Here is the create cookie with PHP. A cookie is created with the set cookie function. Here is a basic syntax. First, we can have to write the name, then its value, and then the expiry time, and then we go for path and domain secure and HTTP only request. And at the end, here is the some example that first cookie name is given, then the cookie value and time. And time will be written as by in this situation that it has to maximize as 1 day, or it can be as 7 days, something. Yeah, but it has to be calculated properly. So this is a demonstration of cookies variable in the super global variables of PHP. So first of all, I have written assign the cookie name as user1 and value as my name Abdulaziz. And in the first parameter of set cookie function, I am passing the cookie name, then its value, and then the time span to which it has to be exist. After the time limit, it will expire. So after setting this up, going to the further PHP function, let's check if first time, this is the code. If first time cookie of this name is not set, it will display this name as cookie named this. The user one is not set, but if it is set previously, then it will show the name and its value. So let's check the demonstration on the Google. As first time, it will show cookie named user1 are not set. Then if I reload the page, it will show the user1 is set and value is John Doe. uh, it will show the user1 as value is Abdulaziz. So every time I will make a reload, it will showing the same result. But if I change the here name this to the user 2 and again reload it, it will show as this is not set, user 2 is not set. But if I reload it, it will show as user 2 is set. Then at the end, we got the session variable is a way to store information to be used across the multiple pages. First of all, we have to write the session start. So have to get the start the session, and in the step 2, the session will be set the values. And at the session 3, the if we want to destroy the sessions, we will destroy all the session incoming. And the syntax is written there below. Unlike the cookie, the information is not stored on the user computer. It is stored in memory only, not in permanent storage. And when the another session come, it will for the same index. So here is the demonstration of the session variable as used. So first of all, we have to make a form with the parameter of post, and action will be the path of the PHP file. Then name parameter will be used, and it will be as input tag. Then we go for submission of the form, and after the submission, we will go to the PHP portion. In the PHP portion, if this button submit button will be clicked off, then the session of name variable will be set up as the name given in this input field. So let's check, and I have made another PHP page, so we will check that session is working or not correctly. So go, let's check our page document Sara Masood and submit it, and you get the information as name is Sara Masood in the text.php. You can use many pages as you want to get the session variable. Thank you. I remain most grateful for you for listening my whole presentation. Thank you very much. So far, I have tried my level best to explain and encounter each and every point of related topic. If you have any query on ambiguity, you can ask in the inbox or some appropriate communication channel. So thank you. Allah Hafiz.